What's going on, Thompson's Kennels? So I'm gonna shoot another little informative video. I think I'm gonna name this one Lefty's Jews for you. I know a lot of y'all are like, what in the hell is all of this? Well, primarily this is what you need medical wise to properly take care of your animals. And I know this is a lot to take in. So when y'all guys look at those videos and I say, oh, it costs money to do this, it costs money. And this is not even all the stuff. I don't want to overwhelm everybody, but I have a yard of dogs, and I take pride in my animals. I take pride in my kennel. So they have everything they need to be healthy, functioning, balanced animals. I'm going to go over these products with you, and if you call yourself out here breeding dogs or you do this for real, these are things that you should have on deck for your animals. Point blank, period. So let's get into this. A lot of people breeding dogs, have puppies. You need to get real familiar with a disease, or actually it would be classified as a parasite, coccidia. This is for coccidia to treat this. It's called Corid V. See it right here? This is for dogs under the age of 6 months that can contract coccidia. Coccidia is very similar to parvo in symptoms, or the parvovirus virus. It's a slower process. You'll have a puppy and you'll notice that the puppy is, once in a blue moon, you'll see an unhealthy stool. It'll almost look like a gelatin with streaks of blood in it. A lot of people will just assume, oh, the dog has worms. It's actually coccidia. It's a slower version of parvo. Parvo will kill your dog real fast. You'll notice bloody stool, vomiting, the dog will stop eating, and then the dog will die. Coccidia is a slower version of that. Like I said, you'll see a bowel movement that won't look correct. And then the dog may eat fine the next day, and then the next time, a week later, you'll see a off bowel movement again, and it'll get worse each time. So this is Corid, and this is a preventative and a treatment for coccidia. You can find this at your local feed store, Tractor Supply. This product here is called Albon. This is Corid on steroids. The bad part about Corid is Corid tastes awful to dogs. But the Albon, they love it. They'll lick it right out the bowl. And this is for treatment for dogs that's under 6 months for coccidia. These two products here. We'll go over to deworming. Panicure, Ivermectin. This is the same as this, but the dosage is different. This is what I use for small pups. It's 1 milliliter per 4 pounds. This, as you can see, is a horse dewormer. This is a horse dewormer. These are for adult dogs. The dosage, you have to know what you're doing to use these products. This here does pretty much everything, and it can be dosed out per milliliter per 4 pounds. I don't advise you use this stuff in case if you don't know what you're doing. This is Ivermectin Pace. Ivermectin Pace is what you use for heartworm prevention. You should not be giving a dog this. A dog should receive this around 10 months to a year old. This is not something that you give young puppies. If you're not familiar with heartworm is transmitted through mosquitoes and insect bites. Worms get in the heart, make it hard for the dog. Usually you'll see older dogs succumb to heartworm, especially dogs that are primarily kept outside. I have an outdoor kennel. My kennel is not an indoor kennel. So I have to take preventatives to keep my dogs healthy. I tell y'all all the time, this is Ferris Bueller, no days off. Sweet, short, simple, to the point. I don't play when it comes to this stuff. I do this for real. Every day. A lot of dudes out here talking, they're not living it. You talking it, but you're not living it. This is Stringent Paste. This is another type of dewormer. And like I said, this is actually good for young dogs. Parental Primate, as some people know it as. Very good for young pups. I use this in sequences excluding the Ivermectin for my pups. I switch it up because each one of these kills a different group of worms. You have hookworm, roundworm, heartworm. You have several different classifications of worms, and you have to have the right medicine to treat this unless you want to make your local veterinarian rich. So, dewormer, coccidia prevention, coccidia treatment. If you ain't got the money, it's real out here. I know everybody ain't. Get your card. If you got some money to spend, get yourself some Albon. Now we're gonna go down the row. This is Dine. I know you. I see a lot of people use this product, especially a lot of people in the bully community. And shout out to Mr. Bully Affiliated. I learned from OGs and I learned from trial and error when it comes to dogs over the years. And I bestow knowledge because nobody never wants to teach you nothing. Certain things I just had to learn by trial and error. But I'm trying to put a nice video together for you guys, so you guys, some of you don't make the mistakes that I've made over the years and had to learn from. And everybody needs, if you didn't know something, knowledge is power. So this is what he's a little bit of the motivation for this video, just to show you guys how this goes down. So shout outs to Mr. Bully Affiliated. This is Dine. I see this product used a lot, especially in the bully community, and it's totally abused. Dine is not liquid gold. This needs to be given out in moderation. This product here is, we'll read it. Vitamin with added vitamins. Come on, focus in for me. High-calorie liquid nutritional supplement for dogs and puppies. People use this stuff and abuse it because they believe, oh, this will make my dog look. And like I said, I primarily see the bully community abusing this product. They lather this shit on dogs' food, and it makes the dogs look really big and bulky. This is a supplement, and the key word in a supplement is to replace something that you're lacking. And when you overdo this product, the dog's bones will grow faster than the ligaments. A lot of people don't know a term with dogs is called knuckling over. When you put so much calories and protein into a young dog's diet that their bones actually start growing faster than the ligaments, and they almost look like they're deformed. It will correct itself if you take away all the extra vitamins and calories, go to a cheaper brand of dog food. The dog will correct itself. But that's one of the things that go bad with Dine, because people just think this, you can buy a bag of cheap ass dog food and pour half a bottle of this over the dog food and you've done everything you can do. So that's the story on Dine. Use it correctly. Use it in moderation. People go excess because I breed American Pitbull Terriers. A lot of people just don't seem to. I breed a lean, thin, athletic, streamlined type of dog. So I'm not looking for girth all the time. I'm not looking for that in breedings. I'm looking for a high performance animal. Speaking of performance, this is Apple Elite. This is Electrolyte Salt. After you work your dogs, I push my dogs pretty hard when they come of age. So this is a way to replenish their body with electrolytes and vitamins that they lose during the workout. Where do they lose it? The saliva. If you ever see a dog work, they start foaming. That's how a dog sweats and cools their bodies down. They lose vitamins through the saliva. You have to replenish the vitamins after the workout is complete. This is pretty much similar to this, but this is a granule form. A tad bit of this in the water after the workout, the dog will replenish itself and you'll be good to go. We're going to go over here to Gentle Iodine Wound Spray. We're coming in the summertime. You got mosquitoes out here. You got stuff coming out. Dogs sometimes, especially dogs that have sensitive skin, they will turn a little insect bite into a wound if you don't treat it correctly. This is what you use to treat it. To clean it, I would advise give your dog a bath. I use antibacterial, antifungal shampoo when I do bathe my dogs. My dogs usually get a bath once a month. I do not over bathe my dogs. You strip the dogs of its natural oils in its fur, and you end up with a dry coat, usually with dandruff, and then that turns into hot spots from dog licking and skin being irritated and whatnot. So that's the shampoo that I use. This is what I use to actually treat the wounds if you have them. Another great product is topical fungicide. This is great for hot spots, ringworms, anything fungicide or fungal related. That stuff is great. Spray it on and give your dog a bath. Spray it down with it. Keep your dog elevated. As you see, I've kind of transferred over the years into the kennels with the flooring. I still have chain spots. There's nothing wrong with chain spots. You do have to do a little bit more work having chain spots than you do with the cage and the platform. I kind of alternate my dogs. They'll spend a couple of days in the cage, and then I let them on the chain, and as so on as I work them. So we've covered pretty much this half of the table. This is Adam's 3-way ointment for dogs. This is an antibacterial ointment that can be put on for your animals. Great for cuts, minor wounds, things of that nature. This is penicillin. This needs to be refrigerated at all times, people. This is great for healing of exterior wounds and things of that nature. Another product that I've been using for a while is called Wonder Dust. This is almost like a fake scab. You put this over a wound and pretty much primarily acts as a scab. It seals the wound, doesn't allow any bacteria to get into it. It's a great product as well. We went with the shampoo. This is penicillin. Great for exterior wounds. Again, this is injectable. You have to give this with a syringe. Check up your dog shot chart and you'll see where to administer this product. This is amoxicillin. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this on the phone. Fish Mox is what I use. It's an oral antibiotic. Great for kennel cough. Great for anything that penicillin really doesn't knock out. Amoxicillin kind of takes care of. This product here is called New Stock. Shout out to my man. Put me onto this years ago. Brickyard put me onto this, but we'll go over to this later. But New Stock, this is another great product here. This promotes fur growth after a wound or something happens. You got a kennel accident, anything can happen with these damn dogs because they have high prey drives. But this is not a video explaining American Pit Bull Terrier's temperament, but this is more or less the medical side of treating things after it happens. This promotes fur growth, heals wounds. It's a great product. It's old. It's made by Pierce's, and like I said, it's worth its weight in gold. Even with hot spots, you have dogs with sensitive skin and you're trying to promote fur growth to come back, this is what you need, that New Stock. This is another supplement that I use, Multivitamin Plus. I don't, like I said, yet again, don't abuse supplements. Supplements ain't going to make your dog any better than what it is genetically. It's just to help your dog out if you're working your dogs and you want to replenish their body with vitamins that they lost during workouts. So great. NutriVet makes a good product. This one here is called Wheat Germ. Like I said, Brickyard put me onto this years ago. This is some good stuff here. It's a natural source of vitamin E. And like I said, I use this as well with my dogs. Maybe once a month, I may administer this in the feed for a week straight. And then for the rest of the month, they're primarily good. It's great. Vitamin E is what's for your coat, a dog's coat. People always ask, like, they always compliment my animals as far as the way they look and stuff like that, is because I take pride in them. And certain dogs, especially dogs with black coats, and I got about 4 dogs in my yard with a black coat. You know, I don't know what it is about the black coat dogs. They're so beautiful. I mean, they look like glass and shine, but if they're not right, it looks dull. I'm not into that. I'm into extremely healthy dogs and having healthy dogs. So this is a great tool to use maybe once a month for a week. So 1 week out of a month, I'll put a couple of tablespoons of this over the feed. Seems to stretch out. It's great for pups too. especially in the South, where sometimes it can be a dry heat and then you get a humid heat. It's a mixture. You gotta counterbalance what you're doing. Cod liver. This is rich in vitamin A, D, and omega fatty acids. Like I said, a lot of supplements I use if I'm working particular dogs, but normally I'm not giving this shit out every single day. That's over supplementing your dog. That's not what you want to do. So, this is iron. It's an injectable, just like the penicillin bottle is. Pretty much self-explanatory. It's iron. So iron deficiencies in dogs, things of that nature, that's what you need. We're going to go over here to the flea treatment. This is Permethrin. This is concentrated. You can put this in a spray bottle and a sprayer, pump-up sprayer. Treat your dogs, treat your yard, treat their dog houses. Like I said, it kills fleas, repels flies. It's a good product. A lot of people ask me questions about flea control and things of that nature, and we're going to get into that. Primarily with the flea control is where you live at, your climate, and sometimes Mother Nature throws you a curve. If you notice you have a lot of squirrels and shit, birds, raccoons, things of that nature, all of these animals carry fleas. Birds fly on your yard, squirrels run across the fence, they stop and start scratching. What do you think is jumping off the squirrels? Fleas. So you may want to try to treat the rodents first and then start treating with the flea treatment for your yard. I do a combination. I treat my yard and I treat my dogs. So this is great for treating the yard, the dog houses, and you can physically put this on your dog. It can be used as a flea dip. The next one is Piranha. I love this for mosquitoes primarily. Mosquitoes and biting flies. This can be sprayed straight on your dog, rub it into his coat. It will repel mosquitoes and flies. If you see flies on your dog's back, you see a lot of these guys got dogs with all these sores and stuff. Spray this on your dog, and you will not see a fly on your dog for at least 24 to 48 hours. It's real good stuff. The old Happy Jack. I've been using this for a long time. This is another flea dip. It's also concentrated. It can be put in a pump-up sprayer, diluted. Spray your dog, house, yard, a perimeter. Happy Jack is very good as well. So these are 3 things for mosquitoes, flies, and fleas. I also use Comfortis. Comfortis is a oral pill that you give a dog. It lasts for a month roughly, and it works. It works really good. I mean, it works great. But this 6 pills right here is going to cost you $100. Okay? $100. But I'm going to tell you the key to this. I breed American Pitbull Terriers. My dogs, I don't have a dog that weighs over 50. Actually, Young Buck is probably the heaviest dog on my yard. He's a true 50-pound bulldog. He's probably 51 right now, 50 floating around there. We've been working with him, but this is the hustle. You can pop one of these pills in half and treat 2 dogs. It's good for 60 to 100. My average weight on my yard for dogs is 35 to 40 pounds. So you can actually pop this pill in half and treat 2 dogs and get the same kind of bang for your buck with the money. Because like I said, this is expensive. So right there is $200 in pills. Just by itself. These are also needles to administer the injectables. You need clean, sterile needles. And this is an IV bag. I know everybody's like, what is this? This is an IV bag. You have a drip, your controller. This is very important. This can keep your dog alive. I don't know if a lot of people don't know, but if I left you on a desert island, you would pretty much die in about 3 days, 4 days without water. But you can live for up to 2 weeks without food. Your body will slowly start to feed on itself and you'll die either which way, but you need water before you need food. That's why you keep this on deck. I've seen people lose puppies behind being dehydrated. I've seen people lose full-grown dogs behind being dehydrated. A way the dog system is set up, when they get ill, they start vomiting. Their digestive tract shuts down. Because most people notice when something's wrong with your dog, you find out when you put the food down and he stops eating. And then you say, oh, something's wrong. He's not eating. And then it can go so severe to the fact that they're not drinking. And if you don't have a vet, or you're not able to get to your vet, or your vet's out of town, or whatever the circumstances may come, you can do this through the vein or underneath the coat, almost like you would do a 5-way or 6-way shot. Put the dog on the drip, bubble forms, pull it out, the dog will absorb the fluids, and this can keep your animal alive until you get able to get to a vet. This is very important. I don't know why a lot of people don't have it, but this is it. Has vitamins, potassium, everything in it to keep your dog hydrated. Because when a dog stops drinking water, that's the end of it. So I hope this was a little informative video. Showed y'all a lot of products here, and this is not even all of it. But this is the stuff that you have to take care and treat these type of dogs. American Pit Bull Terriers is not easy, and I'm out here for real with this. No days off, Ferris Bueller. I mean, a lot of people talk it, I live it. So, I hope this was an informative video for y'all. Y'all have a blessed day from Thompson's Kennels.